Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. Okay, last episode we finished off this research that's been sitting there forever. I'm just having a look at how our solar panel building is going on. 762,000 now, more than 750,000. It appears to be about 45.7 gigawatts at its peak. It's still not enough, but there's plenty more being built. We'll come back to that in a second. As you can see, there's plenty of empty space along here that I've filled out, and I haven't completely filled out this bit yet. So the point of finishing off the artillery research was, one, to have an artillery train. I haven't had one before. This is my opportunity to play with one. It's fully stocked and ready to go. This is at the Make Everything factory. I've added a new train station so that I can load out the artillery train. We're going to test that out in just a moment. The other thing that we were keen on doing was running down certain resource stockpiles through doing some science. In particular, over here at Copper 2, we had set up a bunch of buffer chests. As you can see, this one has gone. There's no buffer. I'm not quite sure why there's 345 iron plates there, but there's nothing in the buffer chest. There is nothing in this at all. That is perfect. Second one, same deal, nothing, perfect. Third one, same deal, nothing, perfect. Fourth one, we've got some wood, but nothing. That is perfect. Copper is ready to be reinvented along these lines. Copper 2's ready to be reinvented along the lines of Copper 4. I can't say that iron is there yet. We still have quite well, not there, and apparently not there either. 128,000. So there's a bit there, and this one 275,000. There is a little bit in the top two parts of the iron stack, but we've certainly made a decent inroad just from that one little flick science on and off quickly routine. The other thing that we wanted to do was burn out red science. Unfortunately, there were enough resources here to keep making a little bit more, but it's 571 there, 496 there. Unfortunately, these top two have not really moved at all. So that's where we're at. And also, if we want to do any more science, this one is probably going to be removed because it's a mod that we probably don't need. As you can see, there's the SpaceX science, and there's infinite researchers, in particular these two. And incidentally, the first level of this is 4,000 here. It's not 1,000. So we start a couple of levels behind the 8 ball in terms of trying to do it due to the marathon pricing. And the first level of this is actually 6,000 rather than 1,500. So it probably ramps up in 400s rather than single hundreds as well. We're not ready to do that because we haven't hooked up the space science. So we really can't do anything, since I don't want to do the SpaceX science until we're running at 6060 under full load, and until we have the capacity to do 6060 with all of our 6,000 science, 6k, 6 launches per minute, 6k science per minute with sufficient capacity, which means this has to be on. Now, one of the reasons, the other reason I built the artillery train, just let me have a sip of coffee. The other reason I built the artillery train is I don't know exactly where, because I don't see any angry red swarm here, but we've been getting the odd biters coming through here and attacking. They've made it all the way through to here. I have repaired the damage that was done, but I do have this outer perimeter, so I mean, it is possible they're going from here, but I don't think the pollution cloud extends to there. This one is a bit of a worry. What I want to do is I want to jump on the artillery train, take it to about here, and see if it can find biters for me, because I haven't really tried it yet. These ones up here I can probably run around and nuke later. So to that end, well, first of all, let us get some nukes. Second of all, let's restock shotgun pellets. Let's restock cluster grenades, because they're always useful things. And let's get some lasers. We have 9 here. Let's get 50, and we've got enough of those. So what I want to do is I want to create a blueprint quickly that will basically be this thing with laser turrets in front of it, i.e. like so. A couple of rows, why not? And that is our defensive wall should the biters come anywhere near us. I've only got 17 bots still, and they've run away with all my stuff. Okay, well, I want more than 17 bots. I am going to refill my bot collection up to 100. I don't need those ones. What else don't I need? I don't need this stuff. I'm not doing oil at the moment, although that is on the hit list to do fairly soon. You guys live down there. I don't need furnaces. How are we doing production wise? I mean, we're still idling over a tiny bit of science. I guess what I was trying to say at the end of the last episode was that when you have passive providers, as we do, let me just jump down to a science build. So you've got passive providers, right? So when they restock these requester chests, typically the bots will target one at a time, empty it, then move on to the next. If you have sufficient demand, you'll eventually clear out all the boxes and all of the machines will restart. But until that point, it will clear one at a time. So on one quick build, there's probably enough just buffered in some of these chests. Well, there's 9.6 thousand. So there's enough buffered in these chests that because it's a passive provider and not an active provider, you don't get the need to rebuild everything, and that's better. I mean, active providers would force you to store the product and have twice as many trips for no good reason, no advantage. Passive providers will give you the same level of production once the demand reaches a point that all these buffered amounts get cleared. But I didn't have time in the amount of time it took for science to finish to say all that, so there you go. Right, let us jump on board. We've got our 50 lasers, we've got 47 of these, that's enough. We have some nukes just in case. Let's tell this thing to go to landfill north, which will drive it quite a long way around the outer perimeter. It's kind of slow to take off, but that's we might be using coal, that could be why. That's okay. Landfill north is where this guy is, and he's actually in the way, but when we get close to him I can move him out of the way so we don't have to stop there and start popping aliens, because I really want to save our artillery shells for way down here. Now, is this guy really just slow, or what's the story? Not sure. We have to be in a bit closer. And how fast does he say he's going? I don't know. I don't know, but our base is pretty large, so it does take a while to get places. So yeah, our plan for science, we want to get science up and running. I think I've mentioned it before, I want to do infinite research as part of the tuning process until we're running at, you know, 60 UPS. That could be because we're on map view. Yeah. Yeah. What's going on? We're not doing that much. 15 now, huh? I don't know why the electric network bounces around like this. It goes from anywhere from about 0.5 to 1.5, and I'm not really sure why. So this is getting worse and worse. It's not like we've started doing anything significant in the factory. Yeah, not really. So I don't fully understand that. I don't know why 14 is taking 57 either. Never mind. Alright, let's jump over to this train. I'm going to move it out of the way. I'm just going to tell it to go back to landfill 3, so it will we'll go over here, get out of the way, and do a bit of a circuit. If we were to stop up here, it would kill these things, but they're obvious and I can probably just nuke them if they start causing trouble. It's the ones that aren't obvious. The much touted power of this thing to track down aliens, I want to see that in action, down where the aliens have been causing me issues, which is, as I said, way down here. So that's where we're going. We're going to go there and set up shop. And yes, we are still going all the way around, and yeah, that is a collection of trees that should be removed. Where are we? Ooh, we passed all that point. Yes, there's the landfill train. Now if we stopped here, obviously we'd blow these up, but they're fairly close just to walk to and nuke, so let's just leave them alone. That just proves that we do have biters here. They're rather too close for comfort though, so I certainly will nuke them, although I'll probably do that off camera. This is solely a test of the artillery, assuming we ever get there. Wow, these trees. Actually, while we are coming down here, we are probably getting quite close to... oh no, it's still a little ways down, but I think what I'm going to do is enable manual mode, whoops, get off map mode, and keep going so that the train doesn't stop and the artillery starts firing up until we are where we need to be. Right, how fast are we going? We are definitely using coal. We've used 20 coal from our locomotive. Maybe I need a double locomotive on this one. Does seem kind of sluggish. It's the bottom of our solar. This is the bottom extent that I'm building to. I think, or somewhere along there. Wow, we're still very slowly accelerating. Our 475 million iron deposit. Gee, yes, this is very slow indeed. Now, is it just at the end of this lake? Is that where we want to get to? Might well be. Yes, I do believe it is, so let us put the brakes on about here. Are these guns going to do anything? Or do we actually have to pull into a train stop? Or do they not find things that they can't see? Do I have to just target and see if that works? I really don't know. What about this artillery? What sort of range do you have? Alright, well let's move down a little bit further then, if that's no good. Let's try just from here to here. Alright, let's stop here. Oh, there you go. So our range is kind of rubbish. Then alright, I was kind of expecting this to fire and, you know, be way out here somewhere. Maybe I'll see if I can get to there. What does that tell you? Oh, I see. So that tells you how far you can fire. Cool. Alright. I really wanted it just to seek out and destroy all by itself without my trying to target something that I can't see. How's that? No. Alright. Coal really is slow. Isn't it an awesome graphic though, these things? Great shadow. An absolutely daunting weapon. Alright, we're coming up to what, there's nothing here for you guys to seek out? I'm kind of feeling slightly underwhelmed by this. Does it take it a while to source and then fire? Do I need to give it a bit? Maybe I do. Or does it need to actually be able to see? I don't know. There's some way over here. Let's give them a bit of a wake-up call. Might be we're just at the furthest extent of the range. There you go, I heard one go. Whoops. Here it comes. Nice. Tell you what, let's come a bit closer. I might have to do some of that artillery research after all. Are you going to auto fire for me, or do we have to target you? Grouping around, all confused. How about we just... No, you're going to get out of the way in time, are you? Magically. Oh, we already hit that one. What about that? Is that live? No. That's nice. You guys going to come and try and chase me down? No. Cool. Because I don't really know how that mechanic would actually work in real life. How do bugs seek you out from such a long distance away and know whether and feel that it's safe for them to... It's like with nukes. When you nuke something, surely you would scare the living bejesus out of it. You wouldn't see it again. Where are we? Alright, let's come around here. You gonna auto fire for me, or is it too far? Here we go. Is that it? Looks like we need a little bit more. So now, do we have an angry swarm of these things on their way to annoy us? Is that how it works? Oh, nothing there. Yep, here we go. There aren't that many. Alright. Whoops, we've left home without these installed. Oh, you pricks, you're not supposed to be doing that. Destroying radars along the way. Oh, you destroyed power as well? Well, I guess that is kind of... oh, there's more coming. I guess that is the artillery train. I want that radar back though, so... Whoa! That's slightly more menacing. What size that? These are great setups for if you need to do turret creep to take out biters. Okay, let's go and fix what they destroyed. I'm guessing it's just these two things. Take that off. So we are at iron 12. We need to do another deployment. Does it have? It won't tell me. Yes, it does have chests. There we go. That should sort that out. Now, where is my nearest? There it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is this basically ends this segment. It wasn't quite as effective as I was hoping, but maybe a bit more range would make it a bit more effective, so that might be on the cards after all. But I'm going to take this back, and then we're going to meet up at Copper Smelting 2 and deal with, or, you know, get back to, that's not quite what I wanted to say. We actually want to go to, does it have a sensible name? Artillery load, that's right. Not that we use that much ammo, but it's artillery load that we want to head to. Artillery load. Until circuit condition, i.e. until further notice, off you go. Alright, so I'll leave you here, and we'll rejoin soon. And welcome back. We are now at Copper Smelting 2. We need our robots in, because they're going to do quite a lot of work. I've recharged my collection. For starters, pick up all of these guys. And these guys. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a problem. That's one thing I didn't really count on. Well, we'll work out what we do with that soon. No, that's just being silly. Okay, and let's come up here. I'm not sure from where to where, but basically we are going to break through here. That'll do. Because if you remember, the new stack takes a bit too much space for this line, so this line's going to have to go around and over the top. Come on, these guys. That's it. Chop chop. Now we need to basically dump a lot of this stuff down at the bottom so that we're not carrying it around everywhere. Then we are going to move some trains out. Wonder if there's any, just the lube one. Okay, that's fine. That will be sort of in the way. Let's go all the way down here. I think this will be out. Whoops, I need those, or at least some of them. Where's my bots? Thought they may have gone into there. Okay, so next we need to stop copper trains coming into here, or trains in general coming in. Let's do that. You can go there. I don't care how full you are, just get out of my way. You can also go there. I mean, they're actually fairly full, so they could do a good job of stocking up a few trains. Here we go, all of those out of the way. Now, this one, we need to go Control L. Whoops, something like this. Hey. So I need to take out all the middle bit and put that over the top. Sorry about that little interruption. My daughter wanted something. So anyway, yes, basically we need to wipe out all of this part, which I don't quite know how this is going to go down, but nothing like the present for finding out, really, is there? I've only got 100 bots, that's probably not enough. Just a second. Now the other one wants something. Never mind. Okay, so hopefully we don't have any resources in here that we don't especially want. Oh, it's sending all of the... that's probably not ideal if they're all ending up here. But I guess we can always call them back again. This setup is not how I want it. And I know that is not what I want. Now, what are these guys called? CSOU2 and copper plate pickup 2, right. Okay. Yeah, my bots probably are struggling a little bit here, so we perhaps need to come down here and get the fusion reactors. Help them out a little bit. Come on guys, clean this up. Clean this mess up. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Is that everything covered in red? It needs to be. I'm going to hope so, and I'm going to hope that plastering this one down is going to work. We actually probably do need it out further. So, these guys are supposed to connect in perfectly like so. Now, if I come back down to the bottom here, I can't even see where I am, so let's come back out. With a bit of luck, this means that it won't just it won't just pick stuff up, it will also put stuff down. If there is any stuff left to put down, and it hasn't all been taken away. Oh dear. Aside from, actually while they're doing whatever it is they're doing, we can come over here. Iron 12 again, huh? Okay, Iron 12. The problem is at the moment, because of the solar build, is it? Alright. Put an extra one in there. Because of the solar build, we are having a very long delay between this alert being called and the actual deployment once we have stamped down the extra miners, but I'm sure they'll get there in the end. Oh, I've got most of my guys back. It's just they have lost a bunch of beacons, so I've no idea how many beacons were removed, but we kind of need to get them back. Let's just turn that on and bump that up to 100. Oh, we are not going to need these though, absolutely not. Now we will end up with far too many inserters, because that's a good part of why we're even doing this, is to inserter efficiency, really. Far fewer inserters in the final design than we started off with. That delivered something. I might just ask for beacons in the amount of 100. Go. This is a lot of robots. That unfortunately seems like all the beacons, so we must have thrown away rather a lot more than that. I guess I will come back here and ask for a bunch more, just to make sure that we are okay. And welcome back. This briefly hit about 139 or 140,000, but it's slowing right off again, I guess because it's getting fully charged and doesn't need to. But as you can see, I've finished off copper 2. This may be a little bit misplaced now, being way down there. Had to put a bit of a hike in here to get everything around where it needs to be. But I've started it all up again. It's all go. Copper 2 is going great guns. In the meantime, iron. That one's basically out. This one is basically out. This one is basically out. This one is basically out. So we can do the same to iron. I'm not going to turn it into an episode, but I'll probably do that between times. Turn it into this. Finish off the smelter stack down here, which is mainly a situation of filling out these stops and supplying trains. And then next episode we can get into red circuits, which unfortunately haven't really drained all that much. 458 sitting in here, and I don't really know if there's much I can do about draining them other than putting in a buffer chest, which is probably what we all have to do. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Looking forward to seeing you next time. We made some good progress, but it's not too far off getting back to science for real. Looking forward to it. See you then, guys. Bye bye for now.